This is Stephanie, and this is the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I just wanted to let you know about something that's a little new here at the Mocha Minutes Podcast. We are now participating in Buy Me a Coffee. So if you haven't heard, buymeacoffee.com is a place where you can show some support and some love monetarily to some of your favorite content creators. That includes me. So it's in the increments of either $1, $3, or $5, and you can do as many as you would like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, would love some support. So if you would go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, here we go. It's not hot that you be calling me, stressing me, paging me, but boy, I can't even get it out today. Let's try this again. It's not hot that you be calling me, stressing me, paging my people. You just nonstop. And it's not hot that you be leaving me messages every 10 minutes and then you stop by. When I first met you, you were cool, but it was game you had me fooled. Cause 20 minutes after I gave you a number, you already had my mailbox full. So what? You brought a pastures, but now I guess you think I owe you. You don't have to call as much as you do. I'd give them back to be through with you. And so my mama liked you, but that's I cannot. Y'all, I'm too tired. One, I have not been able to sing this staccato since a very long time ago. I'm so sorry to Candy Burris Tucker. Today is her birthday. We are recording on May 17th. Happy birthday to Candy, who wrote this song. I'm sorry that I am butchering Bugaboo, which, by the way, is one of my favorite songs off Writings on the Wall.
Wait, did she wrote that too?
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. A very big chunk of Writing on the Wall has Candy Burris's name all over it.
That's true.
So yeah. So hi y'all. Welcome to the Mocha Minutes Podcast. I am Stephanie, messing up song lyrics since circa January 1st, 2023. So I'm here today with my girl Selle from Who Asked Me? I Asked. The question is, who asked? I did. Stephanie. I asked her. Okay. She is here to join me to talk about the peaches. So of course I had to have maybe I should have did no scrubs. Y'all, it's been a week.
There's a plethora.
It's a lot going on with Candy. But yes, happy birthday to my sugar mama Burris Tucker. I hope she is enjoying her vacay. I don't know. I don't know how I got in the sugar mama squad. I feel like I got pushed into it. But I am pro headbutt a bitch.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh, Zell, how are you?
I'm good. You know, we are recording this on Wednesday. So I am just mentally preparing for the Scandival episode.
This is our pregame for Scandival, because let me tell you something. Scandival. So we're not calling it pump rules anymore. Lisa, we don't even care, girl. You could just exit. We don't even need you to be there.
It's like whenever Lisa pops up, it's like, oh my God, Lisa, what are you doing here?
Oh, girl. So we getting Scandival at 9, and then Ariana's going to be on Watch What Happens Live at 10 with her revenge body. Look, the body that she's always had, by the way.
And Ariana has always had such a fucking killer body.
Right. And I get the whole, she's like, I don't see what y'all see. I'm like, I feel like as a collective of women, we collectively all are more beautiful than our minds will allow us to think.
Absolutely.
So it's like, girl, it's like, I cannot, child, I don't know what's going to happen, but rumor is, allegedly, I found like Carlos King, allegedly, Sandoval and Rachel broke up. And when I tell you, the collective, oh girl, that is
the fact that dropped, the fact that they literally fucking dropped that. What, was it even 5 hours before? this episode aired, I said, you've got to be, please,
It's
you
like,
know what, y'all know what I
be
always say.
fucking for
Be
real.
fucking for real.
That is the name of this episode, BFFR, because a lot of people have not been fucking for real for quite some time. Like, just can't.
Also, did you hear, I guess Terry Maloney went on Lala's podcast. I didn't listen to it, but I just heard the clip that everybody shared or whatever. And she said Sandoval like legit like sat down and got in her face and started yelling at her.
That's
and it said he was like possessed, and like that Katie's brother like would like talk him down and then would walk away, and then he would sit right back down and be like, you have no right to get into our business. I said, see, this the gumption, the gall, okay, because you're a fucking idiot. You want to say Katie Maloney's mom has no right when that girl was talking to her daughter and she had talked to Raquel previously? You have no business being in this business right now, Tom. Like you're baby.
It's so wild because I saw the tweets talking about this. Can I tell you, it is so wild that people are going Team Terry on this. It's wild to be the juxtaposition of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and they were saying in Story of Mama she need to stay out of it. I'm like, yeah, I was like, no. Essentially, this is not Terry's issue. But it bothers her. So I think, so even with the Betty of it all from Love and Marriage Huntsville, I'm like, no. I know exactly why she said it. See, that's the thing. She was not speaking up for Stormy. Right. She don't fucking like this bitch, and she is using it. Look, see, that's why I don't like your raggedy ass now. Like, right. He's never liked her. So it's like any reason to jump in her face. It's like, because one, it's like, nope, this is not about Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're going to talk about Atlanta, because I can't. It's like, no, because I got so many thoughts.
But I mean, there's a Venn diagram between Love and Marriage Huntsville and
so you are a watcher of Love and Marriage Huntsville like I am. And it's very interesting to watch when it comes to Martell being on Atlanta, because there's so many people who watch Atlanta who don't know who the fuck Martell Holt is. They have no context, no background. So when people are like, I know y'all are not finding excuses. Y'all really must dislike Kenya Summer that much that y'all standing up for Martell Holt. It's like, girl, I would swift a wet jet the ocean before I do this.
Literally.
It's like absolutely not. It's like, so, you know, there's a second episode, which, by the way, I did say the premiere of Atlanta has been one of the better premieres of Atlanta, because, you know, Atlanta has always been like a slow simmer to the drama. Oh, no. Beginning of premiere night, I was like, oh.
Apparently people are like not watching though.
Yeah. And I was like,
I'm so confused. I'm really confused.
I've thought of other seasons where it's like, we didn't get this kind of action, boss. The first episode of other seasons of Atlanta. But I think it really is like, I think the product of the last two seasons of people not necessarily liking the season. So it's like, they're like, you know, I feel like they feel like this, like, you know, once bitten and twice shy when it comes to Atlanta. I'm like, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm a day one Atlanta watcher. I feel like it's a completion thing for me. Mind you, I don't feel this way about Top Chef, and hands down, I'm a huge Top Chef fan. And it has Top Chef this season. It's an all-star season, which is probably why it hasn't hooked me. Because I'm like, half these people, I have no idea who the hell they are. So I'm like, I don't understand. And then this season of Sailing Yacht, Gary is not there yet. So I'm like, girl, where the fuck is Gary? He is a whole hoe that knows how to do his fucking job, but he ain't there. So I'm like, it hasn't grasped me yet. And I like Daisy, but she not enough. Where the fuck is Gary? So now it's like, I'm starting, like, mind you, all these episodes are in my DVR. So I'm like, I could be watching them. So I think maybe like to come down from the scandal of it all, because I know I'm probably gonna need some liquor, a hot bath, a warm compress. Liquor. I'm like, I'll be like, this finale has drained me. I already know. I'm like, it's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. So the second episode of Atlanta opens up back to Ross's party. Ross's birthday is in September. So if we're like thinking time frame of when this happened, September. because that's when his birthday was. So
Right.
we're back to the party and coming back to the whole Courtney v. Candy. Stania is over here. Oh, and by the way, let's add in Martell and Kenya Moore and Sheree being the pick Misha that she has always been since day one. And I don't know why y'all ain't noticed that part.
Yep.
Because I did. Let's be very clear. Martell Holt is a whole hoe.
For the streets.
He is that like he's not community dick. He is continent dick. It's not even community. I'm like, how many communities do you need? Oh, what community? All of them. All of them. He is for everybody.
Yep.
So to look, because the thing about it, this was the thing when, because one, Sheree don't know, like she the bone collector, but sometimes she don't leave all the meat on the bones when she be carrying.
Sheree, yeah.
Yes, so Kenya flat out did say it was over 6 months ago. She didn't say it was 6 months ago. And I'm like, and here's the thing. If you were not trying anything in her DMs, the answer would be, I don't care if I was trying to fuck you 2 years ago. Or would you say, oh, I didn't mean anything by it. I wasn't trying to flirt with you. I was like, I don't want you to have that intention. Because one, sir, if you're saying, I don't care if I was, don't talk about it now, time out. You just said that you weren't.
Exactly. You just said that you were not.
You were not nothing. I don't care. I'm like, one, the thing about it is, Sheree, you and Martell cannot be on Love and Marriage Huntsville and Real Housewives of Atlanta saying y'all ain't got no fucking labels, but then doing label shit.
Exactly. And the thing I want to point out that I found weird, when we saw Kenya's phone, it said that the message had been deleted, like it was gone. And then he pulls out something that has an actual, so like, that's not what, like, no, that's not what he showed. A message, he didn't show the message, is what I'm trying to say.
Correct. Because when she showed her phone, I was like, yeah, he in the request bucket and he's been there. He ain't, you know what it made me think about, Zell? Now, y'all, we have been watching since day one. I remember a reunion where somebody's husband who frequented the big house said that Kenya be DMing me. And that was the first time anybody had heard it because she hadn't said anything. So when she said, Sheree, no, I'm going to tell you before somebody else tells you, that's the reason why. I'm like, no, I know exactly. Like, why would she tell her? I'm like, I know exactly. Because one, she don't want to happen at that reunion. And subsequently, like what, 2 or 3 years after that reunion, for people to come at her crazy. She's like, I'm going to be honest with you. This is exactly what happened. Nothing really happened with us, but I'm gonna let you know that he may have slid in my DMs once. So just in case Martell's ass decides to say something about it, you already know. So for Sheree to be like, oh, I already knew. I'm like, listen here, Melissa Gorga, shut up.
Sheree's just not smart. She's not a smart woman. And I hate to say that. Well, I don't hate to say it. It is a fact.
I hate to say that.
But she's not. She's not smart. So when she started saying that, I already knew that. I said, of course. I can almost, like with any conversation with Sheree, I can almost guarantee what she's going to say the next thing. Like I can almost guarantee, because she has a rule book. And I've been saying this. This needs to be Sheree's final act. This needs to be Sheree's final act as a housewife, because it's getting tired. And we're moving past, moving past the part where I feel bad for her. Now it's just like, well, Miss Mama, you keep playing stupid games, you're going to keep winning stupid prizes.
Yeah. It's like, girl, if you don't leave us alone. So the other thing I did not realize, Courtney, the buddy of Sheree, is Ralph's cousin.
That is not his cousin. It is, but it's not. It is, but it's not.
When he said it, I was like,
no,
girl, you're doing semantics with me, honey.
It is, but it's not. And they listen, they fixing to piss me off with that shit.
Because when they were saying it, it was like, oh, she my cousin. I'm like, she your cousin. And I'm like,
stop. I'm not. If I find a cousin, I'm 31. If I find a cousin now, you know my cousin. Okay. Going forward, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, that's my cousin to people.
Well, I mean, look here. It literally was like the Heather Whitney explanation of cousins. I'm like, y'all bitches are grown-ups. Like, what? Explain. I'm like, is this? I'm like, no, I think this seems more plausible than I played football at Rutgers.
Right.
But it was like, huh? But I'm like, you what? So deal. Courtney, you doing a little bit too much. Here is the 1/8. No, it's a half. I can give her half a petal of a flower to Sanya. The way she explained it on our camera when it came to Candy, she didn't give that much energy to that.
No, she did not. Sonya's about to embarrass me. Sonya's about to embarrass me.
She is. Are we getting to her? Because I was like, now, Sanya. It's like the thing when it comes to the Courtney of it all, I can see why she's like, girl, I didn't realize she had that kind of issue with you. Because one, Courtney, you putting 20 on 10 for some weird ass reason.
Yeah, I can get with Sonya there when she was like shocked at the party with how she approached Candy, because it's like, whoa.
She's like, you were sniggling. Know that.
Yeah. Like, we were just giggling and laughing when you said that shit. Like, I didn't think that you were gonna come up in here, start bopping around and be getting in people's faces. Like, that's not the energy you came to me with it. But at the same time, I still do think that Sonya should have checked her.
Yeah. It's like, girl, she's like, I mean, you came in, the only thing she said, you did bring the energy. And the thing that was really interesting is that Courtney was receptive to that. She's like, yeah, you're right. But then you brought the energy back up. I'm like, well, when you listen to when I fucking talk, because didn't I just say to you that you bring in the energy? So then we cut back to the whole Sheree and Martell said, even if I tried to fuck you 2 years ago. Yeah.
I hate when people say that. Hold on. Can I backtrack really quickly? Because like, here's the thing, and this is what it was for me. And probably because I've been on the receiving side of this, or not the receiving side, the giving side, actually. If somebody tells you like, how you just approach me right now, that's not gonna rock with me. If you want to have a productive conversation, you kind of do. If you want to continue to have a conversation, you do need to like be like, okay, now you can ask, how would you like me to talk to you? Because to me, I'm just talking, you know what I mean? But when somebody checks you about your tone and how you approach them, it's like, at the end of the day, it's kind of a clock. You have no other choice than to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like, the thing about it, it literally is like a gauge of a meter. I'm like, girl, don't let this needle go past 7, because then we're gonna have a problem. You need to bring it on down. I'm like, oh. Yeah, because, I kind of didn't want her to be walking away before she'd be blowing up her ass. I literally wanted her to headbutt her. Like, I'm not even being I'm like, no, fuck this. I'm tired of this. I've watched literally 3 different arguments going, no, fuck that. Fight. No. Let's fight. Where's Dennis? Because that's me. I'm like, let's fight. Let's just fight. Just fight. That's what I need y'all to do. Let's fight. Because words are not apparently working. So here's the deal with the Martell of it all. For those who have never seen Love and Marriage Huntsville, but are focusing on Kenya from last season when she said that, and I will give this to her, could what Ross did at that table be seen as aggressive? Yes. Is he aggressive? No.
Yeah.
He is not aggressive. For anybody who's ever watched Love and Marriage Huntsville, let's be very, very clear. Martell can be very aggressive. He does this a lot. I literally watched him scream in the face of his ex-mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And it's like, the thing about it is, that couldn't have been my mama. Because I literally put my hands on him. But who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Yeah, no.
So the thing about, Sheree doing this whole, you're just labeling black men as aggressive. I'm like, so
it's such a cop-out.
That's lazy, Sheree. Also, ma'am, when that man with the wandering eye was joking about putting his hands on you, who the fuck was in your corner saying, Bob, don't do that. Don't do that to her.
Because it was gross, and it was disturbing.
Because he said it so nonchalantly.
And he said, maybe I didn't choke you hard enough.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, wait, did I put my hand on you? Oh, well, I guess I didn't do it hard enough. You saying that in a car full of women. You had no problem. He's a little too nonchalant. Right?
He was not take. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh, okay. I wasn't like my mic started blinking. Mm-mm. No, he was joking and it was disgusting. And you know, I just Kenya was really the only one who had her back. It's like we were talking about in the group chat earlier this week. Phaedra was laughing. Phaedra was over there chuckling when he said that. And I cannot imagine being in that element in that car with them, because I would have truly been shook.
It's like, that's not funny. The thing about it
no.
is, it's like, I don't even understand.
But Sheree keeps approaching it like she's dealing with her kids or something. And like you said, the best way to describe it is a fucking pick me. It's such an old school way of dealing with shit too. It's such an old school way. And I get what Kenya is saying when she's like, you guys have to understand, I am single. I'm arguing with y'all, and then your husbands get involved and now I'm arguing with two people and I'm just one person.
Yeah.
So it does make sense. Again, I don't think Ross is an aggressive person.
He's not.
I don't really, me and Charlie have never ever been in a situation. Charlie is my husband, for those of y'all who don't know, where somebody called himself yelling at me. You know what I mean? We have never been in that situation. I really don't know what he would do. I don't think that he would say, I really don't think he would say anything if it were a female.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think he would just be like, okay, I know she got this.
Yeah. I think I watched Candy speak on it after that episode with Ross, and Candy was like, it wasn't really directed to any of the women there. It was more towards production. And I'm like, yeah, because even the way he was standing there when he looked he wasn't looking directly at anybody.
He wasn't. And that's another reason I was just kind of like, because it did seem like he was like addressing the everybody around. That's what it gave to me.
It did. It was just kind of like, I don't like how this situation is going with my wife. Y'all will stop that. Like,
but it fit the narrative that Sheree wanted to push in the moment this past week. So she used it.
Right. And even though at the reunion, literally it like was grand opening, grand closing. Really about it at the reunion. Because one, even like the aftermath, like in the episode, y'all, to go back, after it, Kenya was more like she was jealous that she didn't have a man next to me that would do that for her. And then it was like, okay, it's not really more about Ross and what he said and how he said it. It was like, I don't have a person to stand up for me.
Right.
Got that. It was like,
and I understand.
I got that. So this whole thing where he's like, once a cheater, always a cheater. I'm like, girl, because I'm sorry. Coleslaw live in Atlanta, y'all. What are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? He's like, well, if it is true, I'm like, that's the thing. We literally watched Martello flat out lie to one of his oldest friends on last week's episode. I'm like, he flat out lied to this man's face. Girl, it's like he's lying to Maurice. He's gonna lie to Sheree, but also Sheree, y'all ain't got no label. So what are we even talking about right now?
Exactly.
What are we even talking about? And then we finally get the scene of Drew. And I'm going to say this now. I have a feeling I'm probably going to like Drew this season. Me
too.
I'm like, last couple seasons, I'm like, girl, she's been getting on my nerves. But the thing, it's so weird. I don't like her. Last 2 seasons, I didn't like her on the show, but I like Drew Sidora. It's so weird. I'm like,
I feel like I'm going to like her this season too. And you know, Stephanie, last season, I was not fucking with her.
Girl, same. Because I was like, girl, what the hell is this? But I feel like I'm going to end up liking her, and I'm going to even like her more when she get rid of that dude who allegedly played football at Rutgers, but he was just riding the pine because he was a red... You know what? Shut up, Stephanie.
You know what?
Red shirt freshman, bitch.
I feel badly for Drew. It's a different type of... I say this, I really think that I would be mad. I really would be upset if I was going to tend to my parent who was ill. And like this might be one of the last times I see them, and you are at home, whether we discussed you staying at home with the 2 other kids or not, but when you're at home, you're going to this party.
Question. I thought Ralph had stayed home and all the kids were there. Did the two older kids go with her or just one? Because
I thought Josiah just went with her.
Since I thought it was both of the boys. I'm like, wait a minute, time out. Then why the fuck didn't Ralph go? And also, you don't think these kids are probably in virtual school? They couldn't went to Chicago.
I thought just Josiah went with her. I thought just the oldest went with her. But still, I would be mad. I'm not on a girls' trip, and you're going to my parent is ill.
Yeah.
And you're going to a part, and you're supposed to be staying home with our other two kids, our youngest two kids, and you're going to a fucking party with my coworkers.
That is so weird to me. I'm like, why? Because the first when he first showed up at the party, I was like, why is he? Oh, he is friends with Ross, but still, it's like you met Ross through y'all wives. Like what? But also, how you not Chicago? Why?
And I also just think that, like, when something like that, terrible like that, is happening to a family, like, we need to be united. Okay, it needs to be a united front, and you don't need to be at a party talking about white Hennessy and cigars. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Like, I just no.
Yeah, no. I just, Drew's father has Alzheimer's. He's going back. He's in a nursing home in Chicago. I'm like, come on. It's like the math is not mathing on why Ralph was still in Atlanta. And the allegedly is that when the season started, she was working on her contract, and that's why we didn't see her in the premiere. I'm like, our daddy is in a nursing home, so I don't know. So I don't know. Again, allegedly from Carlos.
But hold on. She's working on her contract, but we saw Ralph in the premiere.
Well, that's true, but also I still think that Atlanta falls into the lane of the husbands don't get paid. I think, and the thing about it is, I'm like, I could say a lot about Jersey, but I don't even know if the husbands get paid for that, or if it's just Joe Gorga. I don't even know. I don't know if the husband, like their mates or like friends outside of like official friends if they get paid.
I think the husbands of Jersey might get paid. Yeah, because they do solo scenes with them.
Yeah, so
they do like group solo scenes. But remember when they used to do that in Atlanta?
Yeah, because I'm like, remember they were trying to like build up this YouTube where it was like Peter and Todd and I think Apollo and somebody else, where they're going to talk. Yeah, it did not have any legs and it didn't get off the ground. I think it's because
Apollo
and y'all don't have the glue. And let's be very frank, Greg Leaks would have been the glue for that group.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Greg would have been. It's like, I'm sorry, he would have been. So it's kind of like, it makes sense. Like even though Peter is like literally divorced from Cynthia, it still probably would have worked because he was still in Atlanta. Maybe he's still there. I don't know. I don't know where he is, girl.
Hold on. Can I interject for a second? And it's kind of off topic, kind of still on topic. I was reading the little cliff notes from Andy's Daddy Diaries. And I really have started to look at the whole Nene v. Andy thing a little bit differently. Because for a long time I was like, Andy, you need to sit down with her. You need to sit down with her. You need to make it right. Make it right. Now I'm like, Lanithia, I don't disagree that you probably definitely saw some things and your concerns and feelings are valid. Why did you call that man a cokehead in the media?
She is not the only one who did that.
No, she's not. No, she's not. But like, because who else said it? Because who else said that? Andy, I know, likes going
Brandy Glanville.
Yes.
Brandy, who has been brought back on Beverly Hills, several seasons of Girls Trip. Watch What Happens Live. She's not been excommunicated. Jill Zarin kind of alluded to it too.
Didn't
allegedly.
Didn't Danielle Staub kind of say something too.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know she's not coming back.
She not, but she wasn't excommunicated. They don't
She
not
wasn't.
say her name.
That's true.
I think the difference between like all of them and Nene is that she called him racist, and he's like, a bridge too far, bitch.
My second thought with that was is immediately as soon as I was like, no, Nene, why did you call that man a cokehead? I then read the next line and I said, okay, Andrew, why did you need to write in here that as soon as the lawsuit was settled, Amy Sedaris came into the Watch What Happens live studios and yelled racist at you and everybody had a laugh? That's not funny.
It's so offensive, right? The door is permanently closed, right? Now when people can make jokes about it, Andrew.
Yeah. I couldn't get I have not been able to get those two things off my mind, and I just had to voice them because I'm recovering from the shambles of TikTok comments this week because I said something about Beyonce and people were it was rough for a little bit.
Disassociate myself. I'm like, hold on.
It was rough for a little bit this one. I didn't say anything about Beyonce, actually. It was about those girls that created the Cup of Challenge, and it really was about the comments that things people were saying to them. But like, ooh, that was rough there for the first part of today. But I just couldn't stop thinking about that because I was like, Andy, this is you both really shit the bed.
That is something that could have been worked out because what I see on the horizon coming up, somebody else is going to jump into the fray. It's going to be Renna. Renna about to have something to say.
Yeah, she is.
It's like, because word on the curb is she don't like what he said in that book. So,
I'm sorry, that shit was funny as fuck to me.
It was.
Because thinking about her firing off a text in the middle of the fucking night. You remember, Renna's on West Coast time, Andy's on East Coast time. They're literally on the different sides of the country.
So why are you making it seem like that's so far-fetched and like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. I would never. Ma'am, you are queen of tweet. You are queen of post and delete.
When he said, sounds fair or whatever, sounds right. Feels right was what it was.
Oh my God.
He said feels right. I just really envisioned him like rolling over and reading that in between, like squinting
and going back
and being like, okay, girl, sounds good, Schnookums. We'll talk to you later, Bookie.
There's no way in hell as Andrew Dice Cohen, I would ever take any text I get from any of these housewives. Say, okay, girl.
I would block their fucking numbers.
I'm like, girl, like, how'd you get this number? I'm sorry, I would have to ask. It's like, this number?
I would block their fucking numbers.
I will block you, bitch. Can you imagine Jill Zarin having your number? Oh, how dreadful.
There's a couple of them that I would be like, no, we're not doing this.
Oh, you know what? Let me just be quiet. I won't tell y'all who I'm like, girl, I'd block you.
Who?
Oh, I'm gonna say it off the mic. Y'all
okay.
So back to the Atlanta episode, and that's a good caveat because honestly, the Daddy Diaries thing is very interesting. So back to the episode with Drew when she said her relationship with Ralph is doing better than it has in the last 8 years of marriage. I'm like, girl, why did it feel like somebody punched me in the gut? It's like,
yeah,
oh sweet, oh my God, it's like, Lord have mercy, because that's how it came up that Ralph is related in some way related to Courtney because he brought up what happened at the party. It's like, Courtney, like seriously, you have a deeper issue. Sanya didn't know what the fuck was going on, but I bet you Sheree did.
Yep.
I know Sheree knew. And it's like, but the thing about it is, it's easy to just like get in with Sanya who don't know the whole story. Sheree wouldn't have did that. It wouldn't have happened if that was Sheree and Candy talking. She probably would have probably been that hype, or she may have, and Sheree would have acted on. Sanya was like, girl, what the hell are y'all doing? Stop it. So then you see Sanya sitting down with Sugar Mama sitting at this having the dinner, and Sanya was saying, this is what happened when she came to my house. When I tell you, I have been waiting literally 14 years for a housewife to do exactly what Candy just did. So when she said that, what did you say?
Mm-hmm.
So what did you say? Because
I was like, get her, Candy,
I
get
said,
her.
y'all have literally seen like scenes, and nobody said. So when she called me ghetto, what did you say? And I'm like, I was like, I didn't need to see the clip. I knew what happened. I'm like, Sanya, you did not defend her, but to give her a half a petal of grace. Courtney didn't call Candy ghetto. She called her followers ghetto. It's like,
Yeah, she said she
brings the
yeah.
ghetto element. And it's like, yeah, it's not calling you ghetto, but I'm sorry. Ghetto people money spend just like everybody else.
It does. It does.
So if it wasn't the ghetto, who the fuck was there? I don't even know what the fuck you talking about. But even then, it's like, but I have to say, there was a very interesting discussion about environment and representation that didn't sizzle in my spirit from anybody, Candy included. When she was talking about where Blaze was and talking about something else, I'm like, okay, I don't like how any of y'all are talking about the element of Black people in Atlanta. It bothered me a little bit. I mean, you get it, but you're just kind of like, so Candy, you're upset that she called you ghetto, but then you have a separate conversation about environment.
Yeah, I
was just like, I don't know about this, but I get it. It's like, you got it, but it was kind of like, yeah, because Courtney flat out blamed it on Candy. And I'm like, what?
I would be interested to see where Blaze is, because I definitely, I can't remember who I was talking to. Maybe I was talking to Brooke last week on my podcast. It is Atlanta. Nope, I think me and Chai were talking. Whatever, I was talking to one of them. It is Atlanta, okay, and I'd be interested to see where, like, what are you saying? Because maybe it's the St. Louis in me. I don't know, but a good restaurant is a good restaurant, and we will go wherever for that.
That part.
So I don't know.
That's why I'm like, I'm from Baltimore, so I know parts of Baltimore. However, if the food good, we know how to, like, we're fine with it. And like, if we're talking about urban areas, you're going to talk about urban areas. It's not even going to be about it. It's going to be about the ambiance. It's going to be about the experience.
Right.
So it was like the situation. Courtney, yeah, it was the elitism for me. Because the thing about it is like, let me be very clear. For bitches who get worldwide, please know, you got to get through us first before you get worldwide.
Exactly. Thank you.
So I was like, The thing about it is, if you're like, Ghetto is a very interesting thing for me. The thing about it is like, it's always like, but I'm like, yeah, but when these poor white people come and support you, you call them ghetto?
That's
calling them white.
Exactly.
I'm like, So Courtney was doing some light skin shit. She was getting on my nerves. That's why I said Candy should have beat her ass. Candy, fuck that. Headbutt her.
And tell me if you feel the same way. Whenever people describe something that I didn't see for myself as ghetto, I'm always like, what does that look like to you?
I'm like, wait, what do you mean? It's like, wait a minute, it was ghetto. What does that mean? This was the other thing that I wanted to give. And I'm just like, now saying, you embarrassing me, girl. Please stop embarrassing me. Because I was like, ma'am, don't sit there and say, oh yeah, I did. I'm like, you kind of didn't.
You not even kind of didn't. You didn't.
Like,
girl, listen, I don't need Sonya to be going up for Candy. Like, you don't need to be bouncing up in Courtney's face the way she was bouncing up in Candy's face.
Yeah.
But you did just sit there and sniggle and giggle. Okay.
You did.
You didn't say, like, you could have giggled and you would have been like, don't do my friend. In the words of Kendrick, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, don't do my friend. Don't do my friend now. You know, right. Like,
and that's fine to do. It's like, nah, girl, get out. Don't do that. But then also it's like, what are you saying about those people? I'm like, yeah, so please peep that. Don't come back to whatever business she's saying. Don't come back. She don't want your money because apparently she don't want to spend ghetto dollars. And I'm putting ghetto in quotes.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the name of the episode. Ghetto dollars. And I'm putting ghetto in quotes. Right? So yeah, Candy doing that in the moment. I'm like, I have been waiting for God knows how long since I've been watching the show for someone to actually say. So when she said that, what did you say? Because at the point, it's like, girl, I don't give a fuck about Courtney. You're supposed to be my friend, but Shang is in a very, very interesting place. It's not that you just friends with everybody. You friends with everybody, and them bitches don't like each other.
Exactly.
It's not like, it's like, girl, I don't know. It's like, I feel like she on the list of, you going to have to explain yourself at the reunion. Sheree's always on that list for me, by the way.
And she never fucking explains herself well.
It's like, well, so apparently Candy got 10.5 million Instagram followers. So she tweets something out, only the ghetto, quote unquote, the ghetto people come out. Are you just labeling black people ghetto? I don't know. But Courtney, she getting on my damn nerves now. Okay. Then we shoot the Blaze, where they're revamping the restaurant. I didn't realize he wanted to add a taco bar. He wants to do a pizza restaurant. When he said I've made more money with restaurants than I have at anything else, I can believe that. Especially when you're at a niche, you have like a few restaurants, but also we're thinking about what Todd does. It's kind of like, he's like, he want to produce a movie. I'm like, okay. I'm like, and by the way, y'all, if y'all do, everybody have Tubi. Tubi's free. On Tubi is Hollywood Divas. When I tell you Hollywood Divas is tough, you need to see Golden Brooks as a reality star. Okay.
It is so good.
Apologize, white girl, reunion me, please. It's like, I love this show. Oh my God. Now I need Tubi to get R&B Divas, okay?
Oh my God.
I need R&B Divas because I need y'all to see Miss Latasha Scott. Y'all need to see her. I'm like, oh baby, please don't think that thing on SWV, that's the first time. Oh no, baby, it's not. That's why people are like, oh girl. It's like, So it's like you've seen him do that, and it's kind of like the stuff that Todd has done. Because I'm sorry, Hollywood Divas is just theater, and I absolutely love it.
Hollywood Divas was beyond its time.
I literally binged it. It's such a good binge. I'm like, it's so old. It has to be a good like decade old or even longer. When I tell y'all,
get
into it. It's like, okay. So I can believe that he's making more money, but he always wanted to make moves. So in comes Melvin, the cousin, in a sling. Now, again, I said the time frame of this is September. So this is literally, if he's got an arm in a sling, that means, the pop, happened not that long ago. When the producer broke the fourth wall, it's like, are y'all ignoring the elephant in the room? And I was sitting here like, they are? I was like, oh, right. They can't talk about it. Yeah, pew, pew, pew. Happened.
But here's my thing. If they really wanted to get all into it and then have Phil come in film, they should have just gave us Candy and the Gang season 2.
Thank you. It's like, no, this could have been a Candy and the Gang storyline. No, we don't want a girl.
Yeah.
It's not, because the thing about it is when they said it, it was like, Melvin's not a cast member of Atlanta. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, he's on Candy in the Gang. He is not a cast member of Atlanta. That's like Todd coming in with a sling on his arm and they just sitting down talking. It's like, you wanna, what the hell is happening with Todd? Todd is part of Atlanta RHOA. Melvin is not. And also, if it is illegal, and also it involves another employee it's one of their employees. This is an employee issue. No, we can't talk about it. Candy talks about it briefly in her confessional, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it's kind of like everybody kind of knew about it. Girl, we're not doing this. It's like it's no elephant in the room. If y'all should have did this with Candy and the Gang, this could have been season 2. Okay. Nope. We're not talking about this. Then we get a scene with Kenya and her very hot friend, Akila, who I'm like,
gorgeous.
wait, we're getting another different front up. Damn it. I'm like, I don't remember this half.
I think because I think Courtney's supposed to be full-time, and
Is she?
Moneta and the Kenya's friend are supposed to be friends up.
Okay, yeah, because we haven't gotten the taglines yet.
Which why?
Which is like, okay, that's 2 episodes. We haven't even got a video telling us about the taglines yet. So I'm like, oh, good Lord. So that's the only thing about the season so far is that we don't even know what the tagline, like, because you like now, because Bravo got the YouTube page, they could put it out on the YouTube page or the Instagram. I ain't seen it yet. I'm like, so we don't really, we know at least a few people, because they're showing us the new intros, which superb.
It's
I'm
so
like,
good. So they all, I mean, they really stepped up the production game.
And the promotion gang, because they don't want to get embarrassed like they did last year, where the photographer's like, oh, they paid for this themselves. I'm like, bro, I was like, I'm sorry, we found some money in the budget.
Yeah, because they were too busy pumping up. What were they too busy doing then?
Beverly Hills. It's Beverly Hills.
Which we're about to have a weird
Orange County.
This was on my mind last night as I was thinking about the New Jersey finale. We're about to have like a really weird gap where we don't have that many shows on.
No, because let's see. And well, not Jersey. Beverly Hills is filming now. But their filming started later. Orange County is coming in June. Jersey is going to be on pause because of obvious reasons.
Yeah. They deserve it.
It's like, I think Potomac is filming now, but the thing about this, their season is that the time frame is fine because it's not that much different. And then not sure what's going on with Salt Lake. Miami is I think Miami is filming now, but Miami is also coming back to Bravo.
So, excuse me. And that's what I'm confused about, because we know Beverly Hills picked up filming at the beginning of the year. Usually they start right before the holidays. Yeah. They just picked up at the beginning of the year. I think they're about done. I think so. Like it's May. I think they're just about done if they haven't already been done, gone into post. Yeah. And then Potomac, we don't get them until the end of the year always anyways. Yeah. Like fall time. That's always Potomac. Yeah,
they're gonna be fall/winter now.
They're still on track. They didn't take any breaks. They didn't. And then well, okay. So we're getting the Teresa special. Then I think we're getting 3 parts of the Jersey finale.
Okay.
Question. So that's well into June.
The Teresa's wedding special, how many parts is that?
It's just one.
It's ridiculous.
It's just one, and then the 3-part finale. I'm like almost positive. Okay. And then
so
we have 4 more weeks of Jersey, pretty much. 4 more weeks of Jersey, pretty much. So that takes us into June. Vanderpump Rules, we have tonight, and then 3 parts of the reunion.
Summer House finale is on Monday.
And I think they're only 1 or 2 parts, because I know for a fact they don't have 3 parts because Sierra and Maya. No, Summer House finale Monday, then reunion, maybe another part of the reunion. I don't really think we need 2 parts, but whatever.
I don't think so.
And then, okay, so we're actually, by the time we're done with this, we're not going to have that big of a gap, because Orange County is going to start. Then Summer House Martha's Vineyard is going to wrap up. Then the new RHONJ is going to start.
Yeah, because RHONJ's in July?
Yeah, and I feel like by that time we will have a Beverly Hills date.
Yeah, at most a date.
Because remember last year they started in May.
Yeah, weird. It's like, the way that they and I'm saying the Rona has changed a lot of the production schedules, because it's like, before Potomac was like summer fall. Now it's fall winter.
Yeah.
And Atlanta was just like, the Rona just changed around all the productions, and it's actually kind of odd. I am thinking happy thoughts about the new Orange County. I was someone who was like, I was not bringing the judge. She get on my damn nerves. When she left, I'm like, God damn it, they need Tamra. Because a lot of shit is like, girl, what the fuck is this? Absolutely not. But already. So back to Atlanta. We're being introduced to Courtney, Akila. I thought Monietta was supposed to be full time, but she must be just friend of. Sounds like. So I kind of like Akila. I kind of like her energy already. Sheree's grandbaby is literally walking.
Yeah.
I was like, she's not a baby, but I also don't remember really, like, I heard about it, but it was like maybe like what, a few months ago anyway. So I'm thinking the baby was brand new. No. So I was like, okay, well, and this Roy Shlomo, this very hot man that lives in Atlanta. I hope this works out. Oh my God. Or happy for you to get dick. This is how I feel. Happy for you to get
so fine.
Right? I'm like, so if it works out with him, great. If you can be like Gertie from Miami and get you a hot ass fireman, I'm all for it.
Praying for my Gertie.
Okay. It's like my baby. I said, oh. I'm like, that's the thing. Since day one, I have loved Gertie. Still
Me
do.
too. Oh my God, I love her.
I love Gertie. I'm like, she ain't explaining herself. I don't give a good goddamn. I'm gonna stick beside her. I don't care what y'all say.
You don't need to explain yourself. What? No.
People like she's not explaining herself, and I'm like, man, I can't do this. I just can't. I didn't know that Ralph. So allegedly he played football. I don't believe it, but I believe that he can play the keyboard. So he wrote a song. And Drew's releasing stuff independently, and we're getting a preview next episode of her and Candy, and
a crossover.
Her and Candy do have a song together, which I was like, okay, because Drew actually can sing. It's just that you fucked Ding Dong Derwin Davis, okay, and we don't like your ass.
I love that for Drew. She is a good singer. I knew she was a singer, so I'm happy for her. Like I said, I'm stepping into my Drew fan era.
Right. I'm like, hey, Drew fan era. Because now I'm like looking at this like, how did we get here to they're no longer together? I'm like, I need to understand about this. I don't understand.
So, I mean, I get it.
I mean, you know what? Okay. You're right.
Get it.
I mean, I get it. Like, girl, I would drop his ass off too, but it was more like, girl.
Oh God, I texted y'all.
When I tell you group chat is like group chat, but I swear I am screaming like, wait, hold on. I know.
Dead.
Like, that's the wrong person. That's the child. Why somebody text me like it was like, oh girl, on so. Oops, sorry, wrong Stephanie. Yeah, because I was about to ask you, who the hell is that? They're like, sorry, wrong Stephanie. Like, oh yeah, because I was about to ask, like, who the hell is that? I was
literally like, why is it not like delivering to him? Legit was like looking at the phone, then it hit me. I was like, oh, I just texted the group chat.
That's so funny. I cannot. That is so hilarious. So I think I'm trying to think, who did Kenya talk to? I'm sorry, Sheree, about Kenya always labeling some black man aggressive.
She talked to Sonia about that at dinner. Because remember, Sonia went to dinner and split ceviche with Candy and was a little fake. And then she went to dinner with Sheree and Sheree was like, we got to stop labeling these black men aggressive. Then went on that whole little campaign. I was like, girl, shut up.
See the thing, and that's how you like she did with Ralph. And it was like, yeah, but it was grand opening, grand closing with Ralph. So that's not even the same thing. Let that little boy who seemed like he was like 3 spoons short of a drawer that came up on her. Yeah, he was being aggressive.
Yeah.
Martell Holt has lost, like, that's the thing. This is how he has the advantage of people who don't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, who don't know who the fuck he is. I'm like, yeah, no, it's kind of like he aggressively came up to her, but also he didn't have to give all that energy.
No, not. I cannot stand Martell. And I think the thing that's like irritating me is that I'm watching people who don't know him from a can of paint. They don't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, and they just like don't get it.
Don't get it. It's like,
and they're trying to pin this on Kenya, and I'm just like, please stop.
And the thing about it is like, I'm glad she don't be backing down, even though she's just like, I don't think y'all get it. I am there by myself. I don't have a man towards me. So if a man comes like jumps in my face, I'm gonna look at you like, why are you running? Why are you bouncing up at me like that?
Yeah. And he was incessant. Like, he was persistent with Kenya too. He kept leaving, coming back, leaving, coming back.
Right. It's like, oh baby, he does this with everybody. But he's leaning in the fact that a lot of people don't know that about Martell. And I'm like, let me tell you something. When it comes to Holt v. Holt, and everybody knows this about me. When it comes to them, I am Team Melody on principle.
Yep.
Her versus other people, that's up to, discovery. So it's like, you're never going to see me go, I'm like, oh, Martell. Nope.
No, you wouldn't know.
No, absolutely not. Because Martell has lost his Muppet mind.
Goddamn mind.
It's like, you've lost your goddamn mind. Who the fuck are you talking to? Why should anybody back down? I'm like, Sheree, you doing all this for a man that you are not even claiming?
But also,
y'all just dating?
Also, did you notice, like, when they got it popping at the beginning of the episode, like, Martell and Sheree were loving it. They were loving it.
Yeah, because that means you talking about them. It's like, girl, where's the Swiffer so I can wet jet the ocean? Where is it? Because it's like, I wish the hell I would. I'm like, Sheree, you doing all of this and making it something bigger than the fact that he is not your man.
No.
Y'all,
per you,
he's
not your man.
You and per him.
Yeah.
Y'all are just having fun and figuring shit out. What does it matter? It's like, the thing about it is, if y'all just dating and y'all not exclusive, I guess y'all, who the hell knows, y'all? No, y'all fucking exclusive. I don't even know. But this conversation is just super, super, super odd, especially when you're having this conversation with the person who literally was defending you. Literally.
And I mean,
it's like, no, we're not doing this. I'm like, the thing about it is, y'all gonna stop doing this with a blanket statement. Do I want aggressive attached to Black women and Black men? No, absolutely not, because it's not a blanket statement. But please do not use instances of aggression to say, girl, don't label it that. Okay, fine. Martell was out of pocket. How about that? He out of pocket for how he talked to her. He out of pocket for causing a scene.
He out of pocket for how he approached her. Like, that's all of it.
You don't want to call him aggressive? He out of pocket. How about that? And Sheree, stop defending this dude who won't even fucking claim you, and you ain't claiming his ass either. It's like, girl, you doing all of this for the person. Ma'am, when you was sitting out there in the cold in your fur, not your faux fur, I think that was a real fur in Philly, who the fuck did you call? You called Kenya. And she took your call. I'm sorry. And so then they were going back and forth on the internet. And then all of a sudden she goes, I'm going to work this out because, this is so small. I'm like, yeah, because Kenya's not Drew.
No, she's not.
And you might want to back the hell down. When you and Drew were fighting last year on the Twitter, it was like, girl, what?
Wait, what did Kenya said something, and then she just goes, Happy Mother's Day.
Y'all weren't exclusive. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, she said y'all weren't exclusive. Happy Mother's Day. I fell out laughing. Can I say, before we end this, I haven't gotten a comment on it yet, Kenya looked so fucking good in that warehouse, in that cheetah print. I was like, oh my gosh, she looks so damn good.
It was like, I love when they do, like, Kenya Summer Moore is finer than fine. So when they do the slow walking of her anywhere, I'm like, it is so overdue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know what I just realized?
What?
I forgot someone.
Who?
Miss Marlowe.
Oh, child, did we?
I'm only bringing up the fact that she has a life coach. And it seems like those kids are back in the house and they're doing better, because it seems like whatever arrangement she has, it's starting to seem like it's a little bit more permanent.
Yeah.
Than she thought. Like, oh, this is going to be like temporary for a little while. It does not seem like that. It seems like it's going to be a little bit like this is just going to be what it is going forward. I'm glad she has a life coach. I also was someone who last season I was like, what? I'm like, please explain to me on anything you've ever seen out of Marlowe. That's not her real name, Hampton. When has she demonstrated she has any kind of maternal instinct based on her life and how she has been raised? Please point out when she has demonstrated a maternal instinct at all. So when she said, I threw those kids out, I'm like, so first of all, I knew what she was trying to say. Second of all, ma'am, do not say this to fucking mothers. All the women that you were talking to were mothers looking at you like, oh, what? I'm like, that's not what she did. That's not what she did. That's not what she did. But it's like, man, you got to look at your audience and then tell them like they need to understand. All of them, damn near all of them, have been single mothers at least one part of their children's lives.
Yeah.
Who are you? I'm like, girl, I swear I couldn't have been no mama, because I'm like, I'm not even a mama and I would have punched you. It's like, girl, you need to get some help. So I'm glad she is getting help, not only just for her, but also for those children. Because it's like, baby, if you think just them like dealing with somebody who don't have no maternal instinct, and then your mama is in the whole jail and has a whole drug problem, that's a lot. Even if she did have a maternal instinct, that's a lot.
I've always felt bad for those boys. I didn't like the way she did them last year. I didn't like the way she portrayed them on TV.
It's like she don't have no idea. It's like, girls, like, please explain when Marlo has demonstrated, I know how to take care of children. She barely can take care of her damn child, and that bitch is 50 years old. So it's like, girl, she got mugshots. It's like, girl, she has stabbed people, allegedly. She has mugshots. She is like, girl, Marlo, not my real name, Hampton, got a rap sheet. Like, girl, what is happening here? It's like, but y'all, that was episode 2 of Atlanta. Maybe next week we'll get our taglines, because we haven't even got what the taglines are. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love Kenya. So it's like, I don't think she's had I don't think she's had a tagline that I just have not liked. No. I'm always like, she's one of the stronger ones when it comes to taglines. I'm pretty sure Candy is gonna have one that I'm gonna like. Drew, probably not. Sanya, maybe. Sheree, girl, okay. And Marlo, probably. See, here's the thing. This is why it's like, I've loved Marlo since she's been on the show, but she did one thing. And I was like, nope, I will snatch your piece back like this is literally ATL and I am T.I. snatching the chain off.
You know, I love that.
But madam, what you will not do is show your whole fucking ass while you're having a meal with big motherfucking Frida. I said, nope, get her off my scene. Absolutely not. You're not going to show your ass in front of big Frida.
And she did.
And I was like, mashed potatoes with big Frida? Murder. I will murder you. I'm kidding. I'm not going to murder anybody. I'm not going to murder. So I know we have to wrap up, but can I take 2 seconds to talk about Jersey finale and how Joseph Gorga was going to make me leap through I was ready to get in my car and drive up the turnpike. So first of all, Danielle is an August Leo. When I tell you, there must have been angels holding her back from kicking her ass, because I'm like, I feel like, was there a pool at Dolores' house for her to throw Margaret's husband in? Because I can't remember if there was a pool. Since you should have threw her husband in the pool.
Me and my husband.
It's like, I'd have beat Margaret's ass. Look, bitch, no, you're not going to walk up on me. I'm talking to your ass.
Let me just tell you something. I did the astrology, looked up the astrology charts of them women in Jersey, and it's a bunch of Leos, Taurus, and mainly Aries.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised we didn't come to blows. I'm like really, really fucking shocked.
Honey, Margaret is an Aries, so is Jen Aiden, and Daniel's a Leo.
And so is Melissa.
And so is Melissa. Girl, I'm sitting here like, how the fuck did y'all not come to blows? I don't understand. Melissa? Listen here, Messy Gorga, because everybody calls. I'm like, who the hell is Messy? I'm like, oh, y'all call Melissa Messy. Melissa, if you are saying that you have known for 6 months that allegedly Teresa was trying to break up your marriage by quote unquote calling Joe to say, hey, I heard about this because somebody who is credible told them that. Notice I said credible. Y'all. That shit is true.
Listen, here's my thing. I actually don't think, like, because I had to think about it. I have a big brother. A lot of times with the Teresa and Melissa power struggle over Joe Gorga, which is so fucking weird, I don't really disagree with either side. And then one side will say something, and I'm like, now, why the fuck did you have to say that?
Yeah, why'd you do that?
I don't disagree. I really think that if this is me not being on reality TV, not having a Louie in my life, because I think Louie is the problem. I've really been sitting on this stuff. If I heard that my brother's wife was cheating on him, and like it was a credible source, you know what I mean, a close source that I really think, I probably would be like, hey, do you want to come to the house? I just want me and you to talk. I would not have my husband there. I would not have my husband call Charlie I wouldn't have Charlie call my husband. I would not have my husband call my brother. You know what I mean? Right. I would. And I would be like, hey, I heard this news. I just want to talk to you. Is everything good? And I would provide him with a safe space to be able to open up as his sister. And if he tells me we're good, I don't believe it, we're going to move on, whatever. Okay. That's it. I don't think it's wrong if Teresa were the one, but the fact that Louie was the one that was like, come over here. And then the apparent, like, you need to leave your wife, the apparent Gia calling him. I'm so 50-50 on that, because I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to take Gia's word and just saying, I swear on my no, that I didn't say that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to take, that's not.
You don't need to swear on no.
It's not substantial enough for me. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I don't think that Louis should have called. I think Louis makes a lot of situations worse. And with these past 2 episodes with Teresa and Louis, my heart has been breaking for Teresa, because I see her wanting him to stop. When he was going on that rant in the bedroom, I felt so physically uncomfortable, because she was on the verge of tears, and she literally was like, I feel like you could see that she's aware. When Teresa's aware that the camera is around, she's not good at hiding it. Like, she's like, when she, like, you know what I mean? When she wants something to stop being said, that's how she looked. And then when they got to the party, she was like, I'm fine. When he was like, no, what was he saying? Like, this is ridiculous. She said, I'm fine. I'm happy. Love, love, love. He was like, no, you're happy, but you shouldn't be done. And I felt like that was her way of telling Louis, like, Louis, please stop this. Please don't do this.
And what got me when it came to that the bedroom scene? You know what I thought about? I thought about Joe Giudice. When Teresa said that me and Joe didn't really fight except about my brother, I can see why. Because he probably was just as vocal. And the thing about it is, Louis is vocal without barely knowing Joe Gorga. Joe Giudice knew his ass and I know he said a whole lot of shit. without the camera. And
I
I'm
don't
just
trust
like,
Louis.
the thing about, I have said this, that he gives very much snake oil salesman. However, he's good for Teresa. And I don't understand why. I'm like, I can't even explain it sometimes. I'm like, I don't really know when it comes with Joe and Teresa. Let's be very clear. They are related.
Yeah.
Because they do the exact same thing, because Joe did the exact thing and said, Louis, why aren't you just talking to my sister and saying, make it better? I'm like, you mean how you were mad that Teresa said that about Melissa? He flat out said, why are you not trying to fix it? He's like, how dare you say that?
Insane when they do that. It drives me wild when they talk to each other's significant others and are like, make it better. You tell me what it's better.
Joe, you literally said Teresa's out of pocket for doing that. You literally, I'm like, and Melissa, bitch, Teresa should have kicked your ass. Get your fucking hands off me. Madam, the reason she brought it up is because it came from a credible place. And I'm like, the thing about it is, I was Danielle in that moment. Why the fuck are y'all not mad at Margaret?
That is
why are you not mad at her? It's like, wait a minute, hold up. Why are you like? And the bad part about it is, y'all are hell bent. Y'all will not move back. And it's like, even on the after show, y'all still sitting here and Melissa, like Teresa sicked Danielle on Melissa. It's like, Teresa don't have that much power. She is the criminal mastermind that y'all are trying to put. She is not Megamind.
No, and before I get off here, I really do have to say something's still not adding up to me. I agree that it's a credible source. I really do. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't, something, there's still a piece missing for me, probably a few pieces, because
it's a lot.
If I don't see Melissa kissing somebody in the back of a car. How juvenile, how Tom Scandal of her. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, I cannot see that. I don't know if it might have been necessarily that, or if if Laura's taking another story and blending them. You know what I mean? Something similar with Melissa and Joe, and blending it into something else. Or there's something else, because, and then another thing, it doesn't make sense to me. Why be friends with Marge? I would distance myself from, even if, she told me, this is my old friend, she's saying this, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true. I would still distance myself from I would be like, okay, but no, I'm not gonna be close with you, because why would your old friend be saying that?
Why would you, like, the thing, all of a sudden your friend that you were no longer friends with, and oh, by the way, I mean, we weren't all that close, we just got back cool.
They were like, friends from fucking childhood, weren't they?
They were, but you let Margaret tell it. She was just like, I mean, we lost touch, and now, it's like, what? Because here's the thing about the whole thing with Margaret. She has said that she is just a friend and she's just trying to get back. Ma'am, you have not refuted anything that she has said about y'all two. Mm-hmm. You haven't said that yet, because she's not fucking lying. She's not. And I'm paying attention to that. I'm like, the thing about it, I think Margaret is great for the show, but I'm sorry, I couldn't be friends with somebody who literally got mad. No, remember?
No.
Like, no. You can't get, it's very interesting that putting your tagline that you are a lethal enemy and then mad when someone is told you don't want Margaret as your enemy.
No.
Ma'am, the thing about it is like, she wasn't lying. Also, Joseph, I remember you being in a hotel lobby calling a woman a bitch.
Yeah.
Coming towards her. Her husband was upstairs asleep. You and your raggedy ass wife were doing that to some woman. So how dare you jump in Louis' face when he called her sweetheart? You called Jennifer Aiden a whole bitch. Bill Aiden should have came down there and punched you in your fucking face. How dare you sit there like, who talks to women like that? Yeah. Joseph Gorga. When I tell you, I said, my fucking lying right now. I know you fucking don't talk to her like that. This is how I know, and this is where I can sit and that is confirmation for me that if William Aiden was in that hotel lobby, he would have never did that to Jennifer if she was standing there.
No, he wouldn't have done that at all. I no. Joe Gorga is the worst. Okay, I really do have to go. I gotta
Yeah.
eat.
So we're gonna eat. We're gonna go because it's Scandival night. Because I know I gotta get my hair together. I gotta moisturize and everything. Y'all, thank you for listening. Y'all know where to find her. I should say what. Y'all, but that's fine. Hopefully, she found the charger.
I did.
Okay, I'll be back next week.
Bye.